Hello, everybody. It's noon here. I hope you're all having a good day. This is Carol, and I'm here for part two. I am live today, so if anybody would like to, stitch along with me, that would be great. So, what first off, we did a part one, which you can go back to and see how we did our stem, which was only a short video. Excuse me. But before we get into elaborating on our floral, I want to give you a little bit of history because since this is a new channel, the history has been gone. So a lot of people were questioning about different things and also um, with ribbon embroidery and different things like that. And I have been doing ribbon embroidery and stitching for eons. Actually, my mom has started it all because she's the one who taught me all of her stuff, and I still have some of her books, which I'm going to show you. I'm trying to get my stream here organized so I can see chat. Now, this is something that I've done, oh, a long, long time ago. And I'll show you a little close up of it. And I was in a crazy quilt block round, and we would send this off to the next person, and we would all stitch on it, which was really, really cool. But we all did all kinds of things. We did the beadwork, on a crazy quilt. We did the ribbon embroidery. We did regular stitching. We added fancy stitches. We did buttons. We added appliques. You name it, we added it. So there's some ribbon roses. And this was done, oh my goodness, in 2007. So that's when I was into the Yahoo groups and different things like that. So that's one item that I've stitched on. Another, we used to do heart swaps, and we all would stitch on crazy quilt hearts and send them off. And I know you can't really see this too well. Let me just back out just a little bit for you. If I can find my, there we are. Find my camera lens thingy. Control, so you can see the whole thing. So yeah, this is what I've done and other people have done, and we've all added to. And here's another one with different styles of embroidery and little ribbon roses, which you'll get to see eventually how to do. And here's another one, and how you get the dainty little florals. Hi, Hi, Renee. So it's just little things, and I enjoy doing all of these. And this I also did on I had on my other channel, which was Canadian Artisan. So if you were subscribed to Canadian Artisan, you will not find that channel anymore. You have to be subscribed to this channel. And here's a little owl I did with a little piece of wool circle, and then I did the embroidery on. And I had shown how to do all of these things as I was doing my scrolls, which I do have 2 videos of my scrolls listed. And then I also did a little bit of embroidery, the toned down circles, which I still have to finish. And we will be playing along with that as well. I also did other types of embroidery. This was 2021. So this was like everything that happened in that month. You would embroider a different little icon. And then I have this one, and this one is also 2007, and it's like sequins, beads. We have appliques, more beads. We have little bits of flowers, little bits of ribbon embroidery. I'm having a hard time with my lighting here, but it looks bright enough, but it doesn't look bright enough. But anyway, we'll work with it. So this is all of the things that I've done over the years, and I've embroidered on paper and envelopes and all kinds of things like that. So with the channel starting over, a lot of people won't know that, but we will go back and retouch on a lot of different things. Now, I did say I was going to show you some of my books and different things like that. Uh, these, oops, the light is shining. These were my mom's. So she had sent me these. They're very old, but they have everything in there to, let me back out just a little bit more. I don't know if I can. I'll have to raise my camera up a little, but yeah, I can hear the book cracking. It's so old, but this is one of them, Encyclopedia of Embroidered Flowers. And then she also had the Crazy Quilt Stitches and Motifs. And she had the Ribbon Embroidered Flowers from the American School of Needlework. So, like, I've had these for years. And I just never really did a whole lot of it. I did some, but we work with them, our moods, a lot of moods happen that way. So those are some of the ribbon books. And then we have another inspiration that you might be interested in is also uh, Judith Baker Montano. And she has a couple of different books, and these I got, and you can get these on Amazon. And also, I like, and I'm going to be doing more of, is raised embroidery. This is by the Royal School of Needlework. This is Kelly Aldridge. So we'll be doing some of that. And I'm not going to go flip through a lot of these because maybe another day, if anybody's interested, they can leave a comment below. But I also have two recent people that I really enjoy following. And even though I've been embroidering over the years, you still learn. You still learn so much. This one is a new book by Tilly Rose. I love her work. So supporting her is, I buy her books. I buy her books. And I'm sure a lot of other people have these as well. Her Stitched Memories, her Daydream Journals. Afterwards, I'll go through and I'll put some links in the description for you to be able to find these. And most recently is another person that I found on YouTube that I really enjoy her work, and she has a lot of inspiration that I think everybody would love, really. And this is Foolproof Freeform Embroidery, and it's by Jennifer Closton. She has a YouTube channel. She does a lot of beautiful stitching, and she inspired me to do a little bit of her style incorporated with my own style. So this is where some of this is coming from, and I just fell in love with it. Everybody has their own little ideas. She has the flower embroidery, and she has two other books as well. Like I said, I've been stitching all my life. And when I found these other people on YouTube, it was like, "Oh, this is great. This is what I like to do." So, and again, as I said, I support those in a way that I can. If it's buying their book, then I buy their book. And it just gives you something to look through and say, "Oh, I think that would look great on my stitching." Because everybody knows that I've started this stitching with uh, Alex Anderson a long time ago, a few years actually. It's been quite a few years, and I decided to add some of the florals. So a lot of people were saying, "Help me. I'd like to do some of that." So this is why I started my Little Stitch with Me series. And this one is going to be longer than normal because I am I'm live this time. So now you want to, after you have finished all of your stem, we're going to kick in here and get going. So my video isn't like super long. Thanks for being here, Renee. I really appreciate it. Now, with the little stems, sometimes I like to take, and this is what I have left of these two. It just so happens they're the same length. And that's because basically when I pull these off, I'm doing the same thing over and over with how the length is. So I know that if I have anything left over that I'm not using, they're pretty much going to be almost the same length. So if you keep that in mind when you're pulling off your threads, yarns, or your ribbons, whatever you're using, it will always match up to your other colors. So now I'm just going to pull out one of the dark green that's the same color as my stem. And this is what I like to do. I don't know about anybody else, but this is what I like to do. You can use just one color or you can use multiple colors. I like to use one of each. And then when it gets down to the teeny tiny ones, then I like to just use one color. Use whatever you have. I'm not giving color names or anything because not everybody can afford or have every single color. So I took a dark and a light, and I'm going to thread my needle. And you notice I have nothing drawn out. It's all intuitive stitching. It's all intuitive stitching. You just do what makes you feel good and is good for your mind's eye, and that's what's important. It's important you enjoy the process because if you're stressing over it, there's no sense in doing it. So now I'm just going to knot my thread. And again, I'm not using a hoop. Anybody else is welcome to use a hoop, or they're welcome to use whatever, whether it be the square frames, the roll frames, whatever you have going on, you do you. So now looking at how my other ones are done, which I'll give you a little close up here so you can see. It looks like my camera is a little bit dirty. So let me just get a tissue here. And I'm sorry about this, but I am going to just wipe this because it looks a little blurry to me. And hopefully that helps. Now, so you can see what I've got here. And I'm going to try and move my lighting so you can actually see this better. I seem to be so far away. But there's different sizes, different lengths, whatever you like is what you do. And don't mind the husky fluff. She just, she all she has to do is shake and it's like everywhere. So now I think I'm going to start over here next to this one. and bring it up from the back. And I'm going right through that last stitch. I pulled my thread out. How can I do that? I've done that a couple times today. It's like, see, this is live. This is not edited. You get the edited version and it's like, oh, no mistakes. Anyways, let's get back to that. And don't pull your needle out without thread. So we'll pull that out. And now I'm just going to take an extra long stitch and come up where I think I would like. Hi, Barbara. Yes, I am live. It's a rare moment. It's a rare moment. I only shared in Janet's group. I didn't share everywhere. So now I'm just going to go back and make some little stitches of what I think looks good for my end there, where it can join up with the other one. So there we go. This is how I'm going to end this one right here. It's almost like a little Y and little branches sticking out. So, and you have to remember, you're going to add leaves, you're going to add flowers, wherever you would like to put them. So without even cutting or knotting in the back, I'm going to go down here and pull my needle up and make some more stitches. Just so I get some more stems. And this is all you do to add extra little branches. Now remember, you want these side branches to be a little smaller than your main branch. So you won't be using more than 2 strands of thread. Oh, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. I'm glad everybody can stop by. But like I said, this is intuitive, and don't pull your threads tight, especially if you don't have it in a hoop. That's so important. And using the 2 colors, it gives you a shading and a light. It gives you your dark and your light, even though it's mixed up as you go through or twisted. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. You just take and do your stitching. You just let whatever happens happen. And that's the fun part of just stitching. Everybody calls it whatever they want to call it, whether it's slow stitching, embroidery, or whatever. It's just stitching. Just enjoy the process. Now I'm going to come over to this branch because I'm really close to it. So I will start over here so I'm not using up as much thread because I only have so much. And I will just go up here. Now remember, you're adding still to a lot of these places, so you want to make sure that you're not getting too close to your other items, because you will need to add something on the ends of there. You'll add leaves, or you'll put buds, or um, flowers, whatever you're going to do on the ends. You just don't want to leave them blank. So you do need to leave a little bit of space. And I left about a 1/4 of an inch there. And now I'm going to go over to the other side. of that, the stem, and come up and work my way out this way. And you just have fun. That's all I can say is just have fun. This is going to work out really nice here because it's going to help me keep this hem right here, the seam closed, closed off a little bit more to help it stabilize. And I try to do that as I'm stitching. I try to be mindful of that because, as I said in part one, that part, everything is hand stitched. And what I'm stitching on is actually linen. And I don't have any backers. So it's just stitching as I go. So now I'm getting there, and I'm going to put another one down here just because I can and have two come out of that one same spot. And have another one come up here and go down and turn it over and knot it. And I'm down to like just a tiny little bit. So I'm going to be very careful. Yeah, this is just the raw linen. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I haven't decided whether I want to turn it into a bag or use it as a pillow topper. I'm not sure. So yes, this is my backing. It's not too bad. It's not really super messy, but it gets there. It's just the linen. You a lot of people back theirs. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really depends. But I'm just leaving it do its thing. I'm just leaving it do its thing. So now I will just keep going and make my little stems. Like I said later, uh, thank you, Barbara. Later, I will add the links to the books that I showed, my little inspirational people. Um, like I said, there are some that have YouTube channels and some that don't, but still, they are well worth the investment in my eyes, anyways. So, especially the last two people that I showed, I really, really like their styles. But as you know, like I said before, I've been stitching most of my life. So, and I just restarted my channel. So I really do appreciate if anybody's here that's still watching and those that are in the background up in the balcony, if you would kindly share out my video. I really appreciate it because since we're starting all over. Oh, yes, I have that. Yes, yes, yes. Happily enabled by us. Yes, I have the mystical stitches. Um, I got that one a long time ago. That was like years ago. Holy moly. That was like forever. So, yes, they're all wonderful books, and each book has their own unique way of stitching and styles. The stitches are all the same, mind you. Every stitch has been around for eons and ages ago. It's just how you put them together. And that's what I want to show you. I want to show you how we put these things together. and enjoy the different inspirations that you get in the books because it helps you find your own self, your own way, your own ideas. Barbara, I know you can stitch, my girl. I know you can stitch. You have if you can do quilts, you can do anything. You can do anything. So now I'm just gonna come up here and start again and just do randomness. And I want you just to do randomness because that's what makes it so much fun. It doesn't matter which way you're stitching or which way you're going, just enjoy it. Now, I'm going to just put a tiny one out here because it's a very small spot and I'll be having stuff coming off of this one. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to skip over to the end of that little hook and start coming out there. Oh, I pulled it out of the, oh, don't pull too tight. That's what happens when you pull too tight. You get puckers. You don't want to do that. Got to pull everything over because silly me, I pulled it off the needle. Yeah, Mystical Stitches is a nice book. There are so many embroidery books out there and stitching books and named whatever books. But I like I said, I have a few favorites and that's that's what I usually work with. So this is where we're going so far. This is how it looks. Isn't that coming out really, really nice? It's so dainty. And it fills in. So now I'm going to work my way up to this point because it's closer to this point and just do some more. Well, I'm glad everybody could stop by, for those of you that are here and those of you that are up in the balcony. I really appreciate it. I knew I wouldn't have a lot of people because a lot of people are not following my new channel, and I'm still trying to find everybody I used to follow too. Ah, yes, Barbara. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. There's lots of symbols and stuff on Pinterest too you could take and just draw on. I'm in Jerry's group. She is another one who does a lot of nice stitching and lots of inspiration. I'm just going to bring this back to the end and give it another long one. And then go back up. I hope you can see this okay. I have like so many lights here. It looks bright here, but it really doesn't look that bright here. So that's how you do your little branches. Oh, yes, adding Zentangle patterns, that's a great idea. That is really a great idea. Actually, you can take just about anything and put it into stitching, and that's exactly what I'm going to be showing later on. I'm going to be taking some of my drawings and adding them into stitching. I'm going to take my watercolors, I'm going to take my ink drawings, and I'm going to show you how to take and turn it all into embroidery. So now I am at the end of that one. Turn it over. Oh, it came out again. That's because it has such a big eye, which is fine. And now we'll knot it and hold on to that so it doesn't come out again. And I'll pull it through and then go back in backwards because I know it's short. And then just trim it. So in that short amount of time, which is a half an hour, we've done almost all of our little. I don't know if I'm going to have a regular time. I'm not. This Saturday is just a impromptu because I have the time. I'm not doing anything else. But I would like to find a time during the week that is good for everybody that I can, like, preferably our morning. Our morning means our morning. Hi, Goldie. Nice to see you. Thank you. Okay, now I am going to take my last little bits here that I have from my two leftovers and add those onto my stems. You can even add these even after if you want to fill in. Once you get going and you think you have a bare spot, you can just do this again and fill in where there's an empty spot. So now let's just start here because there's an empty area right in here, so I want to fill that in. It's so nice to see everybody. It seems like it's been eons. I have posted videos though, Barb. I have done that. Part one was just a live video. Mornings you usually sleep in. No, I haven't done any lives yet. I've been looking. My mornings, they don't start until like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. I'm I'm usually doing other things very first thing in the morning. So my mornings, because I'm on almost on your timeline, but as far as Eastern, it's like 2:30 there. So most of the people probably won't be around. They're doing their thing on their weekends. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Yeah, that's my time. I'm things have changed. I'm not that early of an early person anymore. And there's, lots of things that here with the kids. And yes, I'm mountain time. I'm in Alberta. So doing things with the kids, like today, I made breakfast. We had bacon, eggs, hash browns, toast. So, I'm I'm got a life. I'm busy. So not everything is I don't start early. I don't start early. Yeah, you're on the coast coast. We actually had our first frost last night. I was like, "Oh my gosh." I went outside with Loka and holy moly, it I almost slipped going down the steps because I didn't expect it. Yeah, we had a frost. It went down to 1 degree Celsius last night. So now, if I was doing this as just an upload, I would have only done a bit of this and left you to it. But since I'm doing a live, I'm trying to finish this portion so you can actually see how it's going. And then we can uh, move on to part 3 next time. Part 3 will be doing some leaves and maybe adding in extra little single branches. Yeah, I haven't really been doing a whole lot actually. This is I started doing this like months ago with my flowers because I made a post. If you don't follow me on Instagram, a lot of my old stuff that I've done is on Instagram. And I I just I haven't really had the mojo to do much. Let's put it that way. We've been helping with the kids and we've been getting ready for our Christmas shows that's coming up in November. So we have lots of animals that we've been making and getting ready because we'll be up in Canmore and Banff. So if you're in the area, stop by and see us. Look for 10 Peaks Designs. And yeah, that's what I've been doing. Yeah, I haven't reposted what I did save, so there are some things that I will be reposting, but my computer had my son got me this laptop and the darn fan died on it, so it was getting warm and didn't want to run, so he had to go and replace the fan for me. So that's why everything has been a little delayed. So now we're back up and running, and I'm hoping that we can get things going and moving again and have some more lives and have maybe have people come on with me, see how everybody likes to join in on lives. But I would like to find a place, like I said, during the week around 10, 11 our time, Barbara. But I don't know where everybody is. So again, I want to thank everybody for showing up and joining me today. I really appreciate it. I know it's a spontaneous thing going on, but especially when you don't plan it, and then it's like, well, nobody knows, but that's all right. You see, I'm just working my way down this stem and going over to different parts. And now on this upper part, I am using just where'd I put it? Just a in between color of a green. It's like a shinier, lighter color for light. And I'm putting that up around the top because it makes it feel like when it's coming up and around the top, all this portion up here will be a little bit lighter. Yeah, Anne does Wednesdays. So by the time I would get up and doing on, uh, yeah, Anne is on, and then I think Becky's on right after her. Well, I look at it this way: whatever happens, whatever position this is, if this is the top, then it's light. That's okay. So maybe the light's coming in on a different angle. But as I'm holding it this way, they are Goldie. And that's why I did an impromptu today, because like there's nothing I can do to prevent not coming on when somebody else is on. But oh well. They said there's always replays. There's always replays. And that's most of mine will be uploads because I just think that's probably best. So you'll get a live occasionally, and then you will get uploads with just me talking, which is fine. I don't mind because sometimes I don't have time to do lives, and that's okay. But yeah, there's lots of new people streaming, and I appreciate that. Like I've been streaming for oh, I've been streaming for almost 13, 14 years, I think now. It's been quite a long time. Most people probably won't recognize the name, but that's okay. So yeah, I've started on Ustream way back when with Dee Dee. When Dee Dee was doing Ustream, I was doing Ustream. Debbie Epps as well. When she'll be coming on, I think she comes on this afternoon. Debbie does a lot of mixed media. But since this is a stitching series, that's what this one is going to be. And I just messed that up. Am I going to be able to get it apart? Maybe. There we go. Oh, we got it. Yeah, there's lots of people doing stitching and stitch alongs. I did that for 2 years. I did scrolls actually for 2021 and 2022. We did a lot of stitching. Like I said, those videos are in my playlist. Yeah, she switched from Friday to Saturday afternoon. I think she comes on at 1:30 my time. Thanks, Barbara. Yes, the scrolls, they were a year-long project and they were a lot of fun to do. So I'm almost finished doing my little stems, and then I will give you the preview, and you can enjoy creating your own on your own little samplers or whatever stitch books you're doing or anything like that as you want to stitch along or just use the inspiration in your own work to enhance what you've already got done, which is a lot of fun to do as well. Take something that you've already stitched on like I have. This has been a couple of years in the making, and just take and go back and add little leaves or flowers or roses or extra little stems so you can keep building on what you have. That's what makes it unique and makes it your own because you've already done something and now you can take and add different little embellishments to your already stitched on project. Even if you're making little book covers or if you're making journal covers or sewing books or whatever you're creating, you can add all of these little bits and pieces into your work and give it a little bit different of a look. All right. Now, this is our finished little stems. Let's take a look at that. You can see how it's starting to fill in. And that's where we are today. That is our little stems. And as we go, we'll be adding more. You'll be lightening it up more on the ends as it's for the new growth. So that's what we've done. So I want to thank everybody. I really appreciate you being here. And we will continue on with part 3. I hope you enjoy the little series and that each and every one of you just take it and have a wonderful day. And I will see you all again soon. And thank you, everybody, for who came to my live. I really appreciate it. Those that are watching, thank you. Please do subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And you'll be seeing a lot more um, because I have a little bit more planned and different ideas, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So please do give it a like, leave a comment below, and subscribe because then you'll get the notifications. And also, liking it will put it out in the algorithm so it can help me get out there and it will also help me build my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. Have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody.